what's up, you guys? It's her, Aaliyah Lachey, and I'm back with another YouTube video. I know it's been a minute. It's actually been a long minute since I've made my last video, but I'm back and I'm here to stay. As you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about what they don't tell you about Stateboard. You cannot seem to find any type of real informative information on YouTube about Stateboard, so I'm here to bring you what you need. Before I get into this, if you don't know who I am, my name is Aaliyah Moss. I served in the military for 7 years, and in 2019, I decided to part ways to pursue my dreams in becoming a business owner and to run my own business, Dipped in Art Artistry Studio. You'll see it in the back. So this is really only the beginning for me. I went to school for 12 months, cosmetology school. I just recently graduated in July, and I just took my Stateboard exams in October. So it's very fresh, very new. I'm very excited. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. This is a video that I have been planning to make for a long time, okay? And now the time is finally here. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. I hope that you are here to stay, because I do have a lot more content on the way, pretty much about my lifestyle and my journey. I'm a very transparent person. I would want to share the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between with you all. It's not always easy, okay? We're just gonna cut the shit. It's not always easy in life, you know what I'm saying? So I do want to share my accomplishments and my success, but I do also want to share along with that what it takes for me to be where I am today and what it's gonna take for you on your journey. So keep that in mind. If you have been here since day one and you've been supporting me and following my journey, I really do appreciate you and love you for that. I definitely have to get a name for my subscribers and supporters. It will be coming. That's just a part of the journey as well. So if you have any ideas or anything like that, feel free to drop a comment below. Also, I want to know what school you're attending and how long you have left, what type of program you're in and how long you have left. So go ahead and comment that down below as well. I am a master cosmetologist. I just got licensed on the 3rd of November. I am out of Georgia. I went to take my test out of Atlanta. I drove to Atlanta to take my test, which was 4 hours away from where I am. My disclaimer for this video would be to always check the PSI website for the most current updated information, okay? Don't take my video and think you're gonna be just ready and prepared for the board, and then you don't go to the board until a year from now, or 6 months from now, because things are always changing, okay? So just make sure that you are doing your part in going on the PSI website to see the information that they have. You can never really be too prepared, but you always want to prepare for the worst and expect the best, okay? You never know what type of curveballs they're gonna throw at you, or what's gonna happen the day of the test, and that's out of your control. So don't worry about it. But I am going to give you the tools and the answers that you need to be as prepared as possible, okay? I'm gonna show you what your bag's supposed to look like packed up. You don't want a big bag. You want a bag like a gym bag or something. This is a bag that I think I brought from, no, I bought this off eBay, but they have these type of bags in the school library, or the school store, okay? So it's about 3 feet wide and about a foot, maybe a foot long, okay? So anything like that, or you can do like an Adidas bag or a Nike's bag. This is the actual bag that I took, because I feel like that bag was just a little bit too small for what I had in my bag. But you don't want your bag to be too big, okay? Okay. So get you a nice size bag, whatever you choose. Just make sure that it is no more than 3 feet wide or long width. So make sure that it's no more than 3 feet wide, because you're only going to have 3 feet worth of space to work with, and all of your bags must fit in that little section that you have. You cannot go past it. It just can't, okay? And you just want to make sure that you don't have too much stuff going on, because you're already going to be nervous. So you want to make it easier for yourself. So the less you have to work with and deal with, the better. Remember that. Oh yeah, hold up. But we're gonna stop, pause the video, grab you a pencil, pen, paper, something to drink, something to snack on, anything like that. Just go ahead and grab it. I really want you to remember this information. It will be redundant to watch this. Did I say that right? It will be redundant to watch this video and not take notes, okay? We're not gonna move backwards. Okay, so you already know, have you a nice size bag that's not too big and not too small so that you can fit all of your bags inside it, plus any extra items that you will be bringing. I'm gonna be posting pictures and videos of what's in each bag. Right here I have written down, this is my actual checklist that I use for my board. I checked it twice, really 3 times, but twice on paper, okay? That's how prepared I was trying to be. And let me tell you something, I was the most prepared inside of the class. That's how you want to be, the most prepared. I didn't say I performed the best, but I was definitely the most prepared when it comes to the board. And that was not really a surprise, but at the same time, it's kind of very unfortunate. So I do know that this video is very much needed. Matter of fact, let's just stop for a second. If you already like what we're about to get into, go ahead and give my video a thumbs up, just so that my video can get a little bit more exposure and so that that this video can reach out to other people as well. Sharing is caring now. Don't be stingy. And then on top of that, subscribe, because I want you to come back. It's gonna be worth it, trust me. You're gonna have 2 things. You're gonna have your mannequin head and your mannequin hand. There were people who brought 2 heads, but I recommend just using 1 head. Again, you're already gonna be nervous. You don't have that much space. You only have this small bag. 2 heads can't fit in 1 bag, you know what I'm saying? And if it does, you won't really have too much room for the other things that you might need. So I recommend 1 mannequin head and 1 hand, okay? 1 head, 1 hand. Don't do too much. I mean, clear of any markings and anything like that. Don't even get the mannequin heads that they have the name on there already. If you're in school, they might provide you mannequin heads that are named Sam, Samantha, or you know, things like that. Sam 1, Sam 2. Don't bring those mannequins. Get a mannequin that don't have anything on it, no name, no markings, no anything. I would recommend to just have a brand new mannequin hand and a whole brand new mannequin head for the board. Just go ahead and buy that specifically for that reason only. I take this very serious because it costs to take these tests, and you don't want to have to reschedule to take a test that you've already paid for. So in your hair cutting bag, you want to have your Marcel irons. You want to have your at least 1 or 2 end wrap papers so that you can test the temperature of the Marcel irons, okay? You want to have your shears, you want to have your razor, you want to have your drape, you want to have at least 1 towel, but I put 2 in my bag, so 2 towels, duck bill clips or butterfly clips. I prefer butterfly clips. I think they're just better. I feel like it's a better grip. I feel like they hold more hair. I feel like it's less of a hassle, but that's optional. You want at least 2 cutting combs, okay? And then, what else? Oh, your spray bottle. You can't forget about your spray bottle, okay? Make sure your spray bottle is inside of the bag, or you can put it with your universal supplies, but I would just put your spray bottle inside of the Clown 1 bag. I chose to do hairpins just to hold the curls up, you know what I mean? To just make it look a little bit more neater and to also make it look like a regular curl. So that's what's going to be in your Client 1 bag. Again, there should be a photo up as I'm talking about this bag to give you a visual of how my bag is set up. What I will say about your hair cutting bag is make sure that your mannequin head is preset. That means make sure that you pre-curl your mannequin head prior to the board. So what I did was I put 2 curls on the top of the head and 2 curls on the side of the head, because that's what's going to be required of you, to form 2 curls on the top of the head and 2 curls on the side of the head. But again, make sure that you are getting your information from the PSI website as far as what's going to be required for the actual practical. Preset your mannequin head. That's just going to help you overall form a curl, because you're not going to be able to plug the Marcel irons into the wall. You're not going to be able to plug them up. Also, make sure that you're keeping the cord out of the way. Don't have it just dangling everywhere. You need to make sure that the cord is out of the way, so that they know that they know that you are aware of not to cause any hazard. So kind of rope it around your bags, under your table, nowhere where it can be stepped on by you or the graders. So for your chemical service bag, okay, you want to have hair clips, at least 9, okay? You want to have 9 hair clips at a minimum. You want to have your drape, nylon. You want to have 3 towels for this chemical service, because you need to put a towel over them and you need to put a towel over the neck. The towel on the table is optional. I prefer to use a towel on the table. So for my client bag 1, there were 2 towels, and for client number 2, I had 3 towels, okay? And then obviously your drape, and then your cutting comb. You need a tail comb so that you can do your perm rods. And then you want your end wraps, you want your perm rods, your brushes. So you need your applicator brushes. So for your chemical services, so you need about 4 of them for each of the service. Your perm waving bottle. I would get an actual perm waving bottle, because it's just better. It squirts out just enough water that you'll need, and it's realistic, and it's already labeled waving solution, okay? So that's a plus, because everything needs to be labeled properly. You need a water bottle. You need a small water bottle, or a small bottle of water, so that you can actually fill up the waving solution, because you're not going to be able to use your spray bottle, okay? Keep that in mind. Gloves. You'll need gloves, because you're going to be working with chemicals, so you're going to have to wear gloves for each chemical service, okay? And then you will probably need some Q-tips, some cotton, if I didn't name that, like cotton rounds as well, so that you can do your strand test. You're going to need some type of form of cleanser. You're going to need your highlighting products. You're going to need your products for your color retouch. You're going to need your products for your relaxer, and you're going to need to use the same thing for your strand test, okay? So you're going to need 3 containers to hold these products in, and each product needs to be color coded and labeled correctly. Nothing can be left in bags, so everything must come out of these bags, and after they come out the bags, everything must be disposed of properly, okay? So I use cholesterol for my products, and I just use food coloring to color them, and then I use some labels from Walmart, and then some tape from Walmart as well to label each tub correctly, okay? And I also, the tub that I got it from Michael's. I'm pretty sure you can get those type of tubs kind of anywhere like that, and Walmart might sell them as well, but I got mine from Michael's. I like them because I didn't have to have 3 separate tubs sitting around. They're stacked, nice and neat. All I had to do was unscrew it whenever I'm using it, put a screw back on, then unscrew the next one, put that back on. It was just very simple and easy for me, instead of having and it took up less space. That's just what I think personally. Bring your mannequin stand, okay? Don't forget your mannequin stand, because your mannequin has to sit somewhere on the table, okay? You don't want to go to the board without a mannequin stand. So make sure that you bring your mannequin stand, and your mannequin stand has a extender on there, so that, because the tables are probably more than likely going to be very low, so make sure you have a nice mannequin stand, probably the one that come in your kit, and it has an extender on there to make it higher, just so that you don't have to keep bending down, or just to bring the head a little bit more up higher to help work with you on that. And make sure that there is no writing, no markings, no anything on those stands as well. You can use acetone to remove markers and markings and things like that, if you are running low on like money or something. Your mannequin hands, make sure that you don't put any tape around the fingers. We were told to do that, but when we got there, we were told to take the tape off of the fingers. So again, you don't know what's going to happen when you go up in there. You can be as prepared as you think you are, but you might have a curveball thrown at you. So I just wouldn't come with the hand tape. So in your facial bag, you would get your towel. You would have a steamed towel as well, so that you can put the steamed towel over your mannequin. You want your drape, like you want your cape as well. Moisturizer, exfoliant, cleanser, toner, facial pads, and a turban. I say a turban so that you can actually just cover your mannequin head, and that's where the double mannequin heads come into place. You don't need two heads to do a facial and to do the haircut. You just bring a turban, not no shower cap, a turban that you can put over the mannequin head for your facial, so that you don't have to bring two mannequins. As far as the chemical services, y'all see how my tubs were stacked. For this particular client, you're not going to be able to use stacked tubs, okay? You're not going to be able to use stacked tubs because that would be probably considered cheating, and you just don't want to give them a reason to think that you are cheating. So just get some travel size facial cleanser, toner, and moisturizer, exfoliant, and things like that from Dollar Tree. That's where I got mine from, and it worked perfectly fine. You will see how my stuff is labeled. I will also say, I think that's it. Make sure you get facial pads and facial sheets so that you can remove the makeup, and also wipe off of the product after you do each step. In your nail bag, you want to have your nail pads, your towel, your nail kit that is sealed, wrapped and sealed, not open. It's a Stateboard kit. They sell them in your school. You just want to make sure that you actually have the Stateboard kit. It's small, it says Stateboard kit, and it's honestly going to come with everything that you need in there besides a few things. You want to make sure you have a 7-way buffer, the nail dehydrator, primer, lint-free wipes, nail forms, cuticle oil, alcohol. I brought Swipe, and then your cuticle pusher and nail file, and obviously your nail brush, okay? Everything that you will need to use for a nail service. All right, we're gonna talk about that in a second. For your universal supplies, you're gonna have your paper towel, your first aid kit, your Barbicide wipes, labeled Barbicide wipes, and your water bottle, which again, that's going to be in client 1 bag, or you can keep it in your universal bag. Yeah, that's optional for you. And then obviously your hand sanitizer, okay? I'll go ahead and put this in a description box to give you an idea of how my bag is set up, but also look at the pictures that I have posted on this video. What I will say about the nail portion, I did not get to complete my nail at all. I had a very tough time, so definitely practice your nail application with your Oderless monomer. I would actually buy an extra nail kit and practice with the actual nail kit, because for whatever reason, I had a very tough time building a nail, and I didn't even get to build the nail because I couldn't even put the form on the finger. For some reason, I felt like those forms were not sticking. Just don't be like me. Practice, 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 but practice using what you're going to use for the board. I cannot stress it enough. You really need to use what you're used to using. You need to use the things that you are familiar with. You do not want to go to the board with new items that you've never used before. That is the worst mistake that you can probably ever make, and you're going to like have a nervous breakdown because nothing is going to happen. It was pretty much at the end for me, and I was like, you know what? Listen, I tried. So don't be like me. Don't make the same mistakes that I made. Just practice with the products that you're going to be using, and practice prior to the exam. I knew how to build a nail. I know I knew how to build a nail, and that's why I was so below at the fact that I could not build a nail. You know what I mean? I don't understand. So practice prior to. That's the one thing that I did not practice prior to, because I just knew I had it in the bag, and I didn't. Make sure that all of your bags and everything is labeled properly. Make sure everything is labeled. Make sure that your your universal supplies have their actual label on there. There is going to be a picture over here showing you what the Barbicide looks like and how I pretty much wrapped it around. You got to be creative, okay? A lot of this stuff it's going to take some time when you're packing your bag. It's going to probably take you about an hour or two. You know, it's probably going to take you longer. I know when I first started packing my bag, it took a long ass damn time to pack my damn bag, and it was just such a I dreaded it, you know what I mean? But at the same time, as you continue to pack your bag, you'll get more familiarized with what belongs in the bag. I hope I didn't really leave anything out. Oh, as far as what's in your bag for extra, make sure you bring extra combs, extra hair cutting combs, extra combs in general for each bag. Make sure you have at least one extra comb for each client, 1 and 2, okay? Make sure you have extra clips. I had 4 extra combs, 4 extra clips, an extra spray bottle, extra pins, but that's optional. I used the pink perm rods, so make sure you have pink perm rods as well. So use a smaller perm rods for your extra ones, just in case you cut the hair a little bit too short. I had 2 extra towels. I had extra capes, nylon and vinyl, or vinyl. I could say vinyl. I had an extra tail comb, an extra turban, extra highlighting brush, or just applicator brushes in general, extra gloves, nail forms, nail pads, and some foils. That's pretty much all I had in my bag for extras. I don't know if I took a picture of that, but it literally fit inside of the front pocket of my bag, so it did not take up too much space at all. Make sure that your hand is prepped completely. Make sure that you have the nails on there and they are stable. I use the glue gun because I feel like it just works better, because you're not going to be able to have tape on the nail, or you can use nail glue. And I also had nail glue in my bag just in case a nail pop off or something. You can just go ahead and glue it back on. So yeah, definitely use nail glue. Make sure that your hand is prepped properly and is filed down low enough for a form to fit on, but not too long to where it'll disqualify you from taking the test. Whenever you're going to schedule your test, right, make sure you have correct identification. Make sure your identification on everything matches. First, last, middle name. Make sure everything matches. You will not be able to take the test without the correct forms and documentation. So you'll need your ID or driver's license or something like that, along with your social security card and or passport, birth certificate, maybe your birth certificate, your passport, valid identification that is acceptable. Use an email that you use for your important things, for getting a job or something like that, because it's just more professional, and then also it's just easier to manage and easier to just retrieve information and things like that. So make sure that you're using the correct contact email that you can be contacted by. You're gonna have to go and schedule your test through the PSI website anyway, so that's both for the written and for the practical. Make sure that you keep all of your test scores, because you're going to have to submit them when it comes to your licensing, when it comes to applying for your license. So after you pass both of your tests and you receive both of your reports that pretty much have both of your test scores on there and your picture and things like that, it tells you to submit this to get your license. You'll take both of those sheets, the practical and the written exam report with your scores on there. You're going to take your identification, which is your ID, your social security card, or your passport, or your birth certificate, anything like that. Two things to identify who you are with the name that match, okay? I uploaded my high school diploma, my master cosmetology diploma. I uploaded both of those, and you will have to print off an affidavit. So pretty much you gotta print off a consent form for them to do a background check, and then you also gotta print out another form. Again, check the PSI website. They also have customer service. You can call them and actually speak to a representative over the phone. They are normally busy, so but they do give you an option to receive a call back. So I would just do the option to receive a call back, and they will give you a call, and you can actually talk to someone directly if you have any questions, okay, as far as applying for your license. But make sure that you submit all of the documentation necessary that you need prior to applying for your license online, because you don't want to postpone the process, which is normally 15 days. Mine's came exponentially fast. Oh, I also uploaded my DD-214 just in case they didn't apply my extra 10 points. So if you're military, upload your DD-214. I really believe that is all, but definitely the whole forms thing, it really psyched me out because the school didn't really talk much about the forms. I really feel like I covered everything as far as what's inside of my bag. You have photos and pictures. Make sure that you show up to your test, both your written exam and your practical exam, 30 minutes prior. Don't play with these people, okay? As far as my experience goes, it just wasn't too pleasant. I don't know if they get paid extra to be rude as hell, but at the end of the day, you're going there and you're going there for one reason only. It doesn't even matter what anybody says or what. You can't have your phone. Don't bring your phones to the test site. Don't bring it inside of the building. Just leave all of that stuff outside, okay? Make sure that you read the COVID form properly. My friend had got sent home. She could not take the test that day because she accidentally didn't check a box. So make sure you read each form in its entirety. Make sure that you're answering each question in its entirety. Don't be letting these people rush you. They might be trying to make you feel like you had to hurry up and rush or whatever, or whatever, but do what you need to do. Get through the test. You only have to see them people one time for the most part. You probably never see them people again. Keep your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? Listen to what they're saying. Listen hard to what they're saying, because I don't think they're going to repeat it. They might say it twice and they're not going to say it no more. Make sure you have your ID on you. So what I did was I put my ID inside my bag. Make sure that it was there prior to the night before. So double check your bag, prep your bag well in advance. Don't be talking to anybody. If you do, I just wouldn't talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't talk to nobody. You don't want to give nobody a reason to send you home. You're definitely going to see people there. Do not pay attention to anybody else and what they're doing. I was, but I wasn't going to copy them. Don't pay attention to what nobody else is doing, because you never know what school someone went to. So everybody might be learning different things and doing different things. So do what you are taught, okay? Do what you are taught. I've seen people come in there with wax pots. I've seen people come in there with trash cans and everything. Oh, Lord. Your 3-bag system, your disposable 3-bag system, make sure that all sides are labeled properly, and you use, again, something that's small enough to fit under your table, your little cubicle that's about 3 feet wide around, okay? I'm going to be showing you a picture of mine and how mine is set up as well. You want to have them lined properly as well with the trash bag or whatever you may use. I used Ziploc, the extra large Ziploc bags and I stapled them together. I was very extra with the way I labeled my things, but again, I was the most prepared when it came to the actual exam. So don't look at the other people and what they got going on. Make sure that you prepare yourself. Make sure that you practice your haircut. Make sure that you practice with a Marcel iron, and make sure that you are taking the necessary precautions as far as disinfecting and sanitizing. That is the main thing overall. Don't get too hung up in doing all of these other things. Make sure that you are cleaning and disinfecting properly. Make sure that you are disposing each items properly. Your soiled linens and your towels and your drapes and capes and things like that, that goes in the soiled linens. Your end wraps, paper, just any, your disposable items, single-use items and things like that are going inside of the trash. And then your shears, your mannequin head, your combs, clips, pins, Marcel irons and things like that are going inside of your items to be disinfected. Make sure that you are bagging your stuff correctly, okay? That is the main thing that you want to do. Do not forget to do that. Don't get so wrapped up in putting a curl on top of the head. They want to know if you can clean and disinfect properly. They want to know if you know what precautions to take when you're dealing with chemical services, and if you're prepping the client and you're doing your test strand correctly, and you know, and things like that. Don't get too caught up in everything. You know what to do. Hopefully your teachers and instructors have prepped you to do the right thing. I know this video was actually a lot longer than what I expected. I think that it's definitely worth watching, especially when it comes to something so serious like this is you being licensed. I didn't see enough information out there at all to go by, so I really hope that the information that I provided in my video, pretty much as what's inside of my bag, the photos that I put up here to show you guys exactly what my bag looked like, and then also some things that I could find off of Amazon, which I bought all of my things off Amazon for the most part. But these things can be found in your local Walmart or in your local Dollar Tree or in your local Michael's and things like that. So I really hope that this video really did help you guys. I have a lot of other videos on the way. Go ahead and follow my business page and my personal page. It's going to be linked down below. If you liked what I shared in this video, give my video a thumbs up so that it can have a little bit more exposure and so that my video can reach other people who might need to know this information as well. And then also subscribe so that you can be notified every time I post a video.